Actually got a notification this time. Oh, cool. I wonder if that's because I actually set it up for like 10 minutes time, to give people a chance to know that I'm arriving. How are you? Are you coping with this absolutely miserable weather? I don't think I am. I think it's affecting me in a non-positive way, and it's going to be like this all week. But on the positive side, we are lucky that we're not in a kind of, what the US are going through in Florida. But it's just Mizzo, isn't it? Morning, Rosie. Oh, hello. Hello, Simon. Haven't seen you around these parts for a little while. So, right, I've got some bits going out, but I'm interested to know, well, obviously I want to know what bits you've got going out. And if you're watching back, down below, please, what bits. Also, I'd be really interested to know to do with the title, your numbers. If you do more than one platform, how many from each platform? Because obviously it is totally the battle of the platforms at the moment. It's like battle of the bands, but eBay and Vinted. I mean, is anybody else really? No, it's eBay and Vinted, isn't it? They're the main players now, to be honest. I know people might sell a bit on Depop or Etsy, but the actual battle off at the moment is those two. Oh my God, I'm loving it. I suppose the next, Pro's disappeared, hasn't it, for applications for the moment, I think, while they sort their lives out, or sort their IT out. And I probably am taking a few risks while they're like trying to sort that out, because I've put stuff on this morning. I've put on hand knit. You're not meant to put handmade stuff on that. I've put on newer tags. So, but I'm just like, well, I just need to get stuff sold, and it's not selling on eBay. So, hi, Shelley Jo. Who have I missed? I always seem to miss you. Well, I've come on. I'm a bit later. It's like a normal morning time. Good morning, RJ. How are you? Limelight, good morning. I haven't tried selling on Vinted. I just buy from there. It's still a good place to source from at the moment. I don't know what will happen. So at the moment, I've got 210 items on the bay. And this weekend I had one sale. And on Vinted I have 23 and I had 5 sales, which, at prices that I would like to sell at. Not even, I've cheapened it down for Vinted. It's not even that. And I think all of this stuff was on eBay like first, and I thought get it on Vinted as well. And Vinted, like 99% of the time, Vinted will sell it first for a decent price. Hunky Neil, good morning. The battle is all in our heads. Not much has changed except showing up both eBay and Vinted as the management shite shows they are. It is a battle. It definitely is. God, I'd just love to be a fly on the wall in one of their boardrooms. I mean, shit must be going down in those. God, mustn't it? And I'd love to know the figures as well. Like how many sellers actually have eBay lost? And this is a thing. Like we can go, oh, great. It's great that we've got these free fees on eBay, free fees, even business sellers on clothing now, but there's no point in listing on there free fees if you actually manage to sell it. But what proportion of stuff are people actually managing to sell on eBay? If you're listing at the same time eBay and Vinted, I'm sure it goes on Vinted before eBay get a chance. I just don't know. I'd love to know the traffic numbers, because there's probably a way of finding that out, so I don't know. But how can it? Is it still that eBay is so flooded people can't find your stuff, and so Vinted is still small enough that people can see your stuff? Or is it just that all the buyers have gone to Vinted, and so there's more chance of your stuff selling over there? Because the difference in how much, it's not just me, so many people have said, how quickly stuff sells on Vinted and how many watches it gets or favourites compared to eBay in the same space of time. It's a marked difference. Oh, hello, got our friends in. Heads have got to be, haven't they? There must be some resignation. I mean, I dread to think about the stress levels as well for workers. And not bad, hun. You okay? Yes, thank you, RJ. Huge difference, yeah, isn't it? Given that I've got 4 times plus amount of listings on eBay, and yet I had a fifth of the sales. And it's the same stuff. Let's just go down. Thanks, Rosie. Limelight, do you think there is less items on Vinted, so your items have more chance of being seen? Well, that was one thought that I had, but the other thought is just that that's where the buyers are, and if they're all waiting for certain stuff, or they're all looking, a lot of my stuff's wool. If they're all looking for wool, then, but there's hardly anybody. I mean, there will be people looking for that stuff on eBay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a flooded thing, or it's just that the buyers have just left. They've left, because also it's not just that it became more complicated to list on eBay from a seller perspective. It's just quicker to search for things on Vinted. It's just more basic, and I guess we're all quite basic at the end of the day, or even if we're busy, we haven't got time to become a scholar of eBay to be able to buy or sell on it. It's ridiculous. Rosie, most of my sales over the past 3-4 weeks have been on Vinted. I had a pair of boots on both, 645 views and 45 favourite on Vinted. Wow, nothing on eBay. Oh my God, it's so stark, isn't it? It's so stark, because I was thinking about, the free feeds, and then I suddenly thought, well, it's pointless though, isn't it? If you still can't sell stuff on there, what's the point? It feels like they've lost already. Neil, if I wasn't on the socials watching all the reseller vids post, I wouldn't have a clue about Vinted. You're not a clothing seller though, are you, Neil? So if you're quite collectible, eBay might still be the one for you. I wouldn't have a clue about Vinted. It's all hype and in the heads of eBay management too. Simon, it's not the watchers and faves to pay attention to. Could be bots. You think they would use bots to inflate the... Well, I suppose at the end of the day, the thing that they can't bot is that there's stuff actually selling, and that's the proof in the pudding, I suppose. Oh yes, but if stuff is actually selling more on Vinted, that's the only measurement anyone needs. Yeah, I think we think the same logical lines. RJ, my Vinted is dead. eBay is getting sales. See, you're more collectible though, aren't you? And I still think, I feel like eBay is going to become, I feel like they may lose clothing to Vinted, and eBay is going to become, I've been saying for a while, a much more the platform to go for stuff where you're looking for something very specific, collectibles. I don't even know about that. I know they wanted to go high value. I mean, they're focusing on car parts, but they wanted, the stuff that needs verification stuff, like the high-end trainers, high-end handbags, all that stuff. But then, Vinted are offering verification now as well. So, but certainly the more obscure collectibles, I think, should be the way they should concentrate on that, I think, because I don't know. I guess they think they can win back the clothing buyers and sellers, and I'm not sure. Hola. Oh, wow. Everyone's busy. Thanks, Straw. Good morning. RJ, selling mainly clothing at the moment, to be honest. Oh, but is it no, I was going to say, is it your, more collectible, did you sell a Ferrari, something or other? Motorsports or something. But actually, that should do well as well, shouldn't it, on Vinted? Mark G, StockX for that. I don't hear much about StockX. What's that like in the UK? Neil, idly browsing eBay is hellish. The search algorithm absolutely sucks. Yeah, and that's the thing. You search for something and you get all this random stuff that you're not interested in, and pees everybody off, surely. The search algorithm absolutely sucks. For example, I was trying to search, don't ask, for a 125cc mopeds recently, midlife, and you just can't browse them, and the search is poo. Yes, yeah, it's not. And you're an expert at eBay, and you're finding it poo. Morning Store, are you all right? Is it possible to put chat on subscriber mode only? I tried that. And I don't know if, because I asked Tommy Trades how to do it, and he said it's when you set it up, but I'm on my phone and I don't know if that's the reason, because it was, you remember, it was fuzzy on my laptop. I don't know if I have access to all the same things, because I can't find anywhere in advanced settings to put it to subscriber only, which is what I would like. And the only other alternative is to try next time on the laptop and see if it's still really fuzzy. Limelight, I agree, Neil, the search is poor. Neil, no, I'd rather put out a chip file with my face than sell clothes. So, I mean, how do you really feel about that then? Right. Yeah, so I'm just going to show you what's going out. I tried to go to the fucking boot yesterday, the one that I go on the train, and I was really pleased with myself because I got there early. I thought, I'm not even going to get the earlier train. I'm going to be on it today. And all my trains were cancelled, and I was getting a mixture of, oh, it's a points failure. No, it's engineering works have overrun, and they have me going all across the station, different platforms. Oh no, I just heard on the radio they're going to go back to 14. And in the end, I was like, right, I'm freezing now, and I've been fannying about. We're done. Refund on my ticket, and I've gutted because I was like really in the mood to do a boot and get some cheaper stock, to be honest. Good morning, Georgie. How are you? How are you doing? Are you still doing well on Depop? Have you got your figures from the weekend of how many you sold on each platform? So just saying, I've had 1 from the Bay, 5 from Vinted, and yeah, more than 4 times items on the Bay. Neil, eBay works for me. My brief browse on Vinted shows minimal vintage camera go. Yeah, I mean, they've only just gone into electricals, haven't they? I mean, I know that's not electrical, but yeah, and that might be something of the future or something they never go into. But may change. Many of my customers are the kids. Yeah, so if they're demanding it. So, oops, there's another word to put in my, I don't even want to type that word, but I need to put that in my blocked words. Right, so I'll just show you quickly what's going up. Didn't pick anything up. And yeah, so this sold on the Bay. This was the silver bangle, sold for 30. It's about 14 grams, I think. So I probably paid 10, 15 quid. So, probably at least double my money. So happy with that. And it's been on a while. So just from nowhere it came. And when I saw, I've got offers on everything, and I do set it to turn down like an amount that I wouldn't find acceptable. And they had 2. What I really like about that is obviously I don't know about the offers that never got high enough that may be disappearing. But when they put in the £30, I thought, oh, yeah, that's reasonable, and I accepted it. I could see below I automatically had declined 2 other offers, which is great for me, because if I'd been offered, say 20, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to, should I take that or not? But it just takes a decision away from me. Like, it was just turned down, and I ended up with 30, which is so great for me. And also because I can't make a decision. Yeah, so then the theme is wool. So these are the 5 sales from Vinted. I showed you some of these things, I think, on a haul, maybe last Monday, Thursday, something. So it was the Celtic & Co. Like, I could see the quality of this, and the colours very this season. But I knew it wasn't the Celtic & Co. I was meant to be picking up, which I picked up that other Fair R one that sold immediately, and this one had so much interest, and it sold for I paid £8.50 and it sold for £28.50. So £20 profit in a few days. Absolutely happy with that. This one is a bit, I don't know what business I thought I had, picking up a FootJoy woolly jumper. Well, I like the FJ, like the spell out bit, and it's got it on the back as well. But, you know, the golfing brand, I know the US, the Americans talk about FootJoy quite a lot. I think it had more value and it's gone down. I still don't know what. I think it's probably a bit desperate or just on a roll. Once you've popped the bubble, you're like, I don't know if that's a phrase, but you're off then, aren't you? I had a couple of bits and I'll say that as well. But I paid £9.50 and it sold for £22.50 really quickly didn't sell on the base, sold on Vinted. So £13 profit in a few days. That's fine as well. Happy with that. Hang on, did I say 5 on Vinted? I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, got a goodie. Hang on, another jumper. I'd lost it then. So I picked this up. It's Dale of Norway. Full-on Fair, full-on woolly. And I paid £15 for this, and it had marks on it. It had 2 orange marks. And I was like, oh, God, I wonder if I can get them out. Because obviously if I can't get them out, then I might struggle to even get my 15 back. But managed to get them out, chuffed to bits. And it was on the bay, it was on Vinted, and getting lots of interest. I think I had some low offers on Vinted and somebody snapped it up at 45, so £30 profit. So well chuffed with that. So yeah, Dale of Norway. I mean, these Scandi woolies, they're a no-brainer really, aren't they? So yeah, I mean, it's full on wool at the moment. Then I had, you probably haven't seen this one, House of Brewer. It's a wool, so made in Scotland. It's a wool, size 12, inverted pleat. This is apparently inverted pleat. They're about, this would be about 150 maybe on the site. And what did I pay? House of Brewer, I paid £5.99. It sold for 22. Maybe it's not 150. Maybe it's 90. Anyway, they vary. They've got all these different wool skirts. Paid £5.99, sold for 22. So again, in a few days, and £16 profit. So yeah, I know that kilts are going to be in, but I think things like wool classic tartan and all that, it's just in every winter. I think it's just classic. And then I may have shown you this one. It's Cotswold Collection. Is it? Oh, yeah, made in Scotland again. Oh, it's Peter MacArthur. It's like some collab or something. Pure new wool. It's got all the lovely tartan, lovely pleat, and that's right, I paid 8 for this. Sold for 20, so £12 profit. That took about a week and a half, I think. Again, been on the bay, nothing, Vinted, Bob's your uncle. Yeah, oops. No, that's all good. Yeah, and that's it. So I need to get out and find some more woolly skirts, woolly jumpers. But I think this is the prime time, because we're literally at the start of where it's just getting colder and people are actually looking for stuff for the winter, like towards the end, obviously. And coats, if I saw any decent coats, I'd take a chance now. And the only trouble for me is, obviously, I'm in this small flat, and it's good that all of this is going out because my drawers were full, like where I can store stuff, which is why I was doing the jewellery. So I need to try and be a bit conscious of that when I'm coming home with loads of jumpers and that I might have to store them, or I take a bit less and keep them going, churning over as quick as I can, which, vintage would be the thing. Yeah, so that is that. Just a quickie. Thank you for joining me. Please, if you're watching back, let me know your numbers. Feel free to share what you sold this weekend, but do let me know your numbers, how many you sold on each platform. That would be really interesting to look at. and I'll probably catch you later in the week, hopefully with a haul or something. Have a good day. Bye-bye, don't die.